Hey everyone, and welcome back to 18 Kilo. Currently in Dallas, just left the Bell Training Center. Had a really great time. I'll talk to you about it in the air. Right now we're going to get started up and get on our way back to Panama, so come right along with me. All right everyone, welcome back to 18 Kilo. We are just trying to get moving to keep with our timeline. Currently in Dallas, headed to Panama City, Panama. We've got our clearance, and let's look for our checklist. So we've got, before engine start is just about complete, we're gonna go to turn off air conditioner, and we're gonna start engine number 2. So we're gonna hit the button for 2 seconds, 1000, 1000. We see the fuel boost is on. We're looking at N2. Once it hits 10, we go to flight idle. We see the igniters. ITT is moving, N1 is moving. And looks like we've got a good start over there. We'll wait just a second for everything to settle. And we'll go to engine number 1. 1000, 1000. Fuel boost, so we see it. N2, plus 10. Flight idle. Igniters. ITTs are coming up. N1 is coming up. And while this is going on, we still have the starter disengage up until N2 hits 42%, just in case we need to abort the start. And we got another good start. So we see that's disconnected, and let's go left gen on. We're good. Right gen goes on, and they balance. Left goes off, the right takes the load. We'll throw them both on. We'll throw the battery off. We're good there. And we'll look at the ITTs. We want to see a little rise. We got that. And at this point, let's get air conditioning back on because we desperately need it. It is hot outside. Elevator trim checked and set. Autopilot, good.
Autopilot.
And we're just going to hit the trim up or down to disconnect it, but we still feel the pedals. We'll fully cancel it. We feel that move. Flight controls are free and clear. We want to look at it and we want to feel it. That's good. Flaps are going to be set to 15. Speed brakes will retract. We'll extend and retract. Takeoff data is confirmed. Altimeters are set. Pressure elevation is good. Messages are checked. Aft divider is open. Pack safety is good. And let's get moving.
Good morning, ground citation 18 Kilo, currently at Atlantic and requesting taxi to 13 right.
Okay, citation 18 Kilo, roger. Go. Runway 13 right via Charlie 8. If you can't get out via Charlie 8, just let me know. I'll take you down whiskey.
I think I can get out Charlie 8. That should be no problem. 18 Kilo.
If it's too much, whiskey is open and available.
I will do Charlie 8 then. Am I following Charlie 8 to Charlie?
That'll be Charlie 8 to Lima.
Charlie 8 Lima, 13 right, 18 Kilo, thank you.
Nor 18 Kilo, just report holding short of Lima.
We'll report holding short of Lima, 18 Kilo.
Love ground, big strip 220, ready for taxi, Quebec.
All right, and we are moving, just like that.
Okay, big strip 220, roger. Pull up 2, hold short of 13 left at Alpha 1, please.
2 hold short of 13 left at Alpha 1 for big strip 220.
Plus 2116, roger, running 13 right, taxi via Delta Lima.
Delta Lima, 13 right, Southwest 2116.
Big Stripe 9801, request pushback on Alpha, we have Quebec.
Ground 18 Kilo is holding short of Lima.
NR 8 to 18 Kilo, roger, at 13 right via Lima.
13 right via Lima, 18 Kilo.
Southwest 2304, just give way to the citation coming out ahead of you. They're rolling now.
Southwest 2304.
All right, so we've briefed the departure. It's pretty normal. Should be.
Love ground, medevac screamer 74.
Should be up to 8,000 feet.
Ready for taxi.
Craft Mission Romeo is currently level altimeter 3013.
Good morning, Tower. Citation 18 Kilo, holding short 13 right, ready for departure.
Ready.
And while I'm here, I guess it's a good time to share with you.
9er Lima Sierra, where are you parking?
that in the description you can get 10% off of flying eye sunglasses. I
love
love them. I use them for flying. I use them for riding. They fit inside my helmet just like they do inside my headphones. So I highly recommend them.
Tower Foxtrot 328, visual 13 left.
And also in the description you can get 10% off of my Go Flight, and you can probably see I've got those mounts
278, wind 220,
holding on the cameras of this
runway 13
aircraft.
left, takeoff, no delay.
Today I have something different. I have the Insta360 X5 360 camera,
1304, runway 13 left, clear
and
2
so that's mounted via my Go Flight cam also.
For 18 kilo left tower, runway 13 right, line up away, traffic departing the parallel.
13 right, line up and wait, 18 kilo.
Flexjet 328, runway 13 left, clear 2 lane, caution turbulence, following a Boeing 737 on a 2 mile final.
Clear line 13 left, Flexjet 328.
For 18 kilo, wind 2307, RNAV to door set, runway 13 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV to Dorset, 13 right, clear for takeoff, 18 kilo, thanks.
Southwest
We got our throttles are set,
runway 13 right,
set
line
to
up away.
takeoff.
13 right, line up away, Southwest.
Hours achieved, we'll release the brakes. And here we go. Looking at 13 right. Everything's in the green.
Southwest 1304, right at Mike 2.
Airspeed is alive.
Right at Mach 2 and over to ground, Southwest 1304.
We're coming up on V1. There it is, and we'll rotate. There's our positive brake, gears going up. And right now we're hit. Flight level change, VNAV, yaw damper. We'll clean up our flaps. And once we do, we'll pull that back to climb.
For 18 kilo, contact lone start departure today.
That's 25.12, 18 kilo, thanks.
7.0.
Departure, citation 18 kilo, 2000, climbing via departure.
18 kilo, Lone Star departure, ready to contact.
So the big thing we need to do right now is hit 6,000 by the time we hit Dorset, and at this rate we really won't have a problem doing so.
November 3278, climb maintain 17,000.
17,000, 3278.
Alright, so we got our landing gear up, flaps are up, throttles are set to climb. Back safety switch not required, exterior lights will adjust.
Exit at
Pressurization's
918,
good,
climb and
altimeters are
maintain
good.
13,000.
13,000, exit at 918.
November 18 kilo, proceed direct darts, climb and maintain 10,000.
Direct darts and up to 10,000, 18 kilo.
918, good day.
November 18 kilo, climb maintain 17,000.
17,000, 18 kilo, thanks. Trying to get up there quickly to preserve fuel.
November 18 kilo, contact Forward Center 133.3.
33.3, 18 kilo, great day.
American 7.
Fort Worth, citation 18 kilo, 12.5, climbing 17,000.
November 18 kilo, Fort Worth Center, welcome. Climb maintain, flight level 230.
Up to 230, 18 kilo, thanks. So the sooner we get up high, the sooner we'll get to an altitude where we're not burning as much fuel, and that's really what I'm looking for at this moment. On the flight into here,
Center citation 73.
I was talking about making sure that we land with the appropriate fuel.
November 73, Lima Whiskey, Fort Worth
And
Center,
I got to tell you, ForeFlight was like really on point with its estimates. I think I was within like 30 pounds of what it estimated. So right now ForeFlight's estimating I'm landing with 1,100 pounds. 1,000 pounds is my personal minimum, although some say 700, some say 800 pounds is the minimum to plan for. So I'm still within my personal comfort zone, but still I'll just get up there quick, burn less, and keep it going. Well, this week has been a fun week. I was in the Bell Helicopter Training Center. I got to do the classroom training, the simulator training, followed by the aircraft training. And these guys there, these instructors are like all ex-military, thousands upon thousands of hours. I mean, they really get it, and they know how to teach. So it was just, it was a really great course. I learned a lot. I got to experience a lot. You know, doing 0-speed autos is probably the scariest, you know, just floating there, no forward speed, and it just drops down. And you've got to get some airspeed in order to manage the power and get down on the ground softly and safely. But these guys are just amazing, amazing instructors. It was just such a great experience to spend time with those guys. If you're a helicopter pilot, I highly recommend going. And if you're not a helicopter pilot, I recommend becoming one. The only problem was they wouldn't let me record. Nothing I could do, but they wouldn't let me record inside, and so that was that. Let's see what CPDLC has to say. It says contact Fort Worth. We're going to do that.
You're going to level in 2 minutes. Up to 250, level in 2 minutes, expect at 918.
Fort Worth, citation 18 kilo, 200, climbing 230, looking for higher.
Citation 18 kilo, Forest, hello.
All right, now they said climb and maintain 450. That is like music to my ears. We're going to get to go straight up. So again, I'm setting a pretty steep climb so that we can use some power to get there early and then get to a lower burning altitude. We're at 21,000 feet. We're climbing 2,500 feet per minute right now. I'm happy with that climb. Probably somewhere before we get to the ocean, we'll level off. We'll get a good endurance rate, meaning we'll have a good sense of how much fuel we'll be landing with and how far we can go. And then I'll probably be much more comfortable. Again, we did all the planning. We looked at the winds, we looked at the weather, we looked at everything that we can. Planning looks good, but if there's too much of a deviation, we could burn more fuel than expected. So, again, that's why we want to get up there, level off, and figure out what our fuel looks like. Getting back to the Bell Center, it's such a great facility. I mean, you get to see all the helicopters, you get to see all the different types of people training. They're all pro pilots. I was probably the only GA guy there. But it's not just pro working for different charter companies. There's all different kinds of guys. I mean, there was a couple of cops that are flying helicopters. There was a fireman. There was a logger. I mean, just all sorts of great people. So it was really interesting to see pilots coming from all walks of life, much more diverse than my experience in CAE or flight safety. And as far as the Bell 505 goes, G1000's in there, Baydek. You know, it's a twist to start. There's not much else to it. It will really just do everything for you. It autos amazingly. It'll float as long as you want it to.
Good morning, it's
So this wasn't just an education in doing it. It was also an education in seeing what the aircraft can do. Well, fuel flow is improving. Endurance is already improving. Our en route time is improving. Really, everything's just coming along nicely. We are 32,000 feet, and any minute now I've got to throw on oxygen. As a solo pilot, there are some requirements that you've got to wear oxygen all the time. So for now, I'm going to have to say goodbye. I will come back with you on the way down, and so stick around, and this will be a fun flight. Thanks, guys. Hello, Houston, citation 18 kilo 330, climbing 450. Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Copa 376, Panama Control recibido. Pendiente contacto radar.
It's been a pretty uneventful flight. Spent a lot of time working through the fuel planning. I wouldn't call this close, but I would say it's closer to my minimums. So it was just kind of a good practice to see how we pan out on the way down with different throttle settings. Right now it still says we're going to land with 1160, which is about 100-ish pounds more than I expected, but I think that's going to go down as we get lower. So we got a report from a good friend of mine who's at the airport right now. He's flying PTY on Instagram, so you can check him out. And he said there's some weather to the west of the airport. The east will be a little bit more clear. But it doesn't look too bad. I've been watching it here on the radar in ForeFlight, as well as on Windy, which is another great app. Right now what I'm thinking about is the windscreen. As some of you may know, the windscreen fogs up on the way down anytime there is a temperature and dew point that's closer than a few degrees. They say 4, but it's really more than that, probably anything within 8 degrees. So what we do is we put the defog on high, and that sends air from the compressor, basically air-conditioned air, out to the windscreens, and that helps the defog. The problem is that when we're going from high up altitude, and we go low where it's warmer and there's humidity in the air, it fogs up anyway. And so we're going to try to stay ahead of that by warming up those windscreens once we get a little bit lower.
November 18 Kilo, contact Panama approach 121.2.
21.2, 18 Kilo, gracias, buen día. Panama approach, citation 18 Kilo, 300, descending 15,000.
Citation November 18 Kilo, Panama, roll, descend to 8,000.
Down to 8,000, 18 Kilo. I'm going to increase my descent. Because right now it's going to put me at 8,000, right about the middle of the country. I wouldn't say it's terrible, I would say it's just slightly higher than I'd like, so maybe I'll increase that descent just a little bit more. The good and the bad of coming here into Panama is that they descend you really late, and it's good because it's good for fuel planning, but it's bad because if you've got passengers, which I don't today, but if you've got passengers, you're going to get into the steep descent and it might make people uncomfortable. The one thing I'll tell you about this flight is it was long. I've been in aircraft for 4 hours, 15 minutes, and it looks like I have about 15 minutes to go. Coming down to 25,000, and I'm going to start putting a little bit of bleed air out to the windscreens to warm them up ahead of time, so we try not to fog them up on the way down. It's distracting when they get fogged up. You know, you got to clean it by hand. I have a rag that's here, it's ready just in case. And you know, you're working at a critical phase of flight, which is landing, and it's just not something you want to think so much about. So we've done our descent checklist, which is windshield defog, check pressurization, set the altimeters, and set our exterior lights. The approach is landing data. We want to make sure we've got our landing data posted. We briefed the approach, which is complete. The avionics and flight instruments are all set. Fuel transfer is off. Exterior lights are as required. Seats and seatbelts are upright and secure. Messages are exactly as expected. And pressurization, landing field elevation is good. So for those of you who might be looking at my screen, I've got avionics over temp. And this is a known issue. Basically, the Garmin avionics get cold because they're in the nose. But once it gets below 0 degrees, it really can't calculate it, so there's no negative. And once it reaches a negative, instead of dealing with it, it errors it out. And so that's what we've got here, is this avionics over temp. The other thing they see is fuel boost is on the right and fuel transfer is on. Basically, over the course of this flight, we had about a 60-pound difference in fuel between the two tanks. It really is no big deal, but I don't mind just getting it right. So we got a little bit of fog starting. I'm going to throw the bleed on high for just a minute, and we'll try to beat the fogging. The only problem with the defog is that we need thrust. We need those engines to be turning to give us that bleed air for it to work. Right, so we're on the descent, and we're moving pretty fast. We really can't demand more speed out of it. So our N1 is at 68%. It's really, I'd say, not enough to get defogging, and that's why it's starting to happen. So we are below 10,000 feet, which means we need to be at 250 knots more or less. And that's good, we are.
November 18 Kilo, descend out to 4,000 feet.
Down to 4,000 feet, 18 Kilo. All right, we'll keep the descent going. Well, we have to just give in and wipe them down. Those of you who fly citations at least these model citations, you know that this is just part of it. The M2 was like this also. So I'm seeing rain straight ahead. I think we're going to go right into it. So here we are, 4,000. The good thing is that now I get to put in some more power. See if we can get defog working at least a little bit. Put it on high.
Asesoramiento del 115 Alfa Alfa Delta, muy buen día con rumbo de pista.
Yeah,
I'm getting fogged up pretty badly.
Number 18 kilo, descend to 3,000.
3,000, 18 kilo.
Te va por 191, Fototango, asesoramiento, buenas tardes, contacto radar 2980, el altímetro 01 en uso en el haber.
Recibo contacto radar y con H180, Hotel Papa 192, Fototango.
Alright, this is not going to be fun, I could tell already. We're going to go down.
Number 18 kilo, descend to 2,800.
2,800, I have negative visibility, 18 kilo.
That's no worries. Number 18 kilo, now make a left or heading 100.
Left 100, 18 kilo.
Confirm, reduce to 170 knots.
170 knots, 18 kilo, thanks. Alright, we're going to slow down. We're going to throw in our flaps right now. And look at that, we are getting some visibility.
18 kilo, 1,900 now.
1,900, 18 kilo.
Number 18 kilo, make a left turn heading now 020.
020, 18 kilo.
The airport right now you're 9 o'clock and 6 miles.
Airport's in sight, 18 kilo.
Clear visual 01, sir.
Clear for the visual 01, 18 kilo, thanks. Alright, so
18 kilo additional Cessna Caravan left turn will be between your 1 and 2 o'clock and 4.5 miles moving southeastbound, 1,800 climbing back turn.
Roger.
Autopilot.
Roger, 18 kilo.
Roger, contact Tower 18-3. Have a good day, sir.
Alright, over to Tower, 18 kilo, thanks. Tower, citation 18 kilo, runway 01.
Minimums.
Citation 18 kilo, Delaware, good afternoon. Make straight in approach, runway 01, wind 130 at 4 knots, crosswind, QNH 1009er, 29er 80, report 1 mile on final.
2 mile final, 18 kilo.
Roger, 18 kilo, got you in sight, runway 01, clear to land.
01, clear to land, thanks, 18 kilo. Alright, we'll go flaps full.
500.
Make sure we're set. We have 3 green, no red. Flaps are full. Getting down to approach speed. I will tell you, this is exactly why I don't like to have to do this. Because it's a critical phase of flight and we lose visibility. And even though I'm on the right glide path, it felt messy.
$50, $30, $20, $10.
All right, we made it.
18 kilo, Bravo Sam 2033, vacate to left when possible, and 1 to 1.7 at the end and off.
All right, over to ground at the end, 18 kilo, thanks. That was a bit challenging, was a bit of work, more than I bargained for, but that is aviation, isn't it?
Muchas gracias, buenas tardes.
Ground citation 18 kilo, clear 01, parking 9 Foxtrot.
1A Kilo Roger, continue taxi Alpha 9 Fox on report tally.
All right, continue taxi via Alpha, and I'll report established 1A Kilo. Thank you.
Let's clean this up. Let's get that cleaned up, and flaps are cleaned up. Well, like I said, it was fun. So thanks for coming along, guys. Again, this was a smooth flight. I think that end got to be a bit of work. I enjoy the work, but you know, it's work nonetheless. We're gonna go lights off. Thanks again for coming for the ride with me from Dallas over here to Panama. Looking forward to the next ride we can do together. And here we are. Welcome to Panama. We'll defog off, air conditioning's going off, engines are going off, and here we go.